Welcome back everyone to our Let's Play series of transports. So where we left off in our last video, we did a lot of work in getting our food situation taken care of because we need to get some power. We've worked with a lot of train tracks, and you can see I absolutely love laying down these train tracks and getting these trains going. Just part of the fun of the game for me, one of the things I really love. But I also mentioned that we were going to get back to doing some more airports, so that's what I want to start out today's video doing. Then we'll see how much room we have for other things during our time. So we want to start out in Panborough. We've already got Forge Hammer, and we've already got them set up, so they're in good shape. Let's go ahead and bring up our population screen for the cities. So Orton and Forge Hammer, they're already connected with an airport. So we got lots of planes rather, going back and forth. So now Panborough is next on the list, and let's jump down to Malton. So of course our populations are going down a little bit as we work our way down the list, but hopefully they will continue to grow and be great money-making centers. We can also see another up-and-coming city right close by to Malton. So we need to set up a couple of airports. Now, as far as I know, I have not purchased a flight license in either one of these two cities, either Panborough or Malton, but I could be wrong. The good news is, if it doesn't tell me, let's say, of course, I know we're in excellent shape here, which means that the flight license is at its lowest price, but there's nothing to tell me that I know of whether or not I've already done this. And at least I don't see anything, so we're going to go ahead, activities, and purchase a flight license. Of course, it costs us $4 million, but we're swimming in money right now, so that is not going to be an issue. And also, to continue on with that theme, let's move some of these windows out of the way. We're going to go ahead and we're going to build the biggest airport. And I'm going to do that simply because, well, we can. And we're not going to worry about the extra money and all that. And I think I'm going to fit it in right there. Okay, so it cost quite a bit of money. You can see that cost $1.5 million and then $50,000 in upkeep. But hey, it's got plenty of loading and unloading area, and that's what I like. So since we're at a point in the game where money is no longer a huge deal for us, we're just going to have some fun here. And again, I don't think I've already purchased a flight license. If I have, then I don't know where it might tell me that. So we're going to go ahead and get another one. Aha! It did tell me. Okay, good. But it required me to click on it before it actually told me that. All right. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here if we've got room for it. You can see a lot of the terrain around here is not exactly conducive to a big airport. Let's see. Can I put one right over? Oh. So we're so close. Let's see. Is it going to let me do any work? How about that? Nope, can't do that one. Okay. And everything is sort of blending in over here. I can't really tell. Let's see. Is that good enough? Does that get us where we need to be? So can I fit one? Okay, I believe it just barely fits in there now. All right, excellent. That's what I needed. All right, so we've got our flight licenses in both cities. All right, so we are ready to start doing some purchasing. All right, we'll keep this cities tab up there because this will give us an easy way to jump back and forth between the two cities. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll get our upgraded passenger aircraft. I don't think any of these others have been, no, they don't have any upgrades just yet. Okay, so passenger aircraft, 80 passengers and 15 tons of mail. So we're going to go ahead and buy, we're going to start out with just one of these and bring up our information tab and then schedule. So we're going to add a stop, and of course our first stop is going to be where we are now, and then jump over to Malton, and that's going to be our second stop. Okay, and then we're going to, oops, I actually did the wrong thing there. Closed the wrong window. So let's jump back over here and pull back up our depot. Let's go ahead and copy that. Okay, now we can get these guys going. Okay, and let's get the time back moving. And so what I'm going to do is, once again, I am going to watch this plane, and we're going to see when it gets down to the other location. And the reason I'm not in a hurry about the cargo planes is because I need something to go ahead and get these stations to fill up with the goods. So getting an airplane getting down there first is perfectly good for me. Okay, so it should be there here fairly shortly. I don't remember it being that long of a trip, but apparently I was wrong about that. Go ahead and speed up time a little bit with the space bar. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and pull up the other one and get it going. So that'll get these guys a little bit of space in between them. And you can see we've got mail and passengers already starting to line up and be available. That's what I'm looking for. So now we can come back under the buy screen, and under goods, let's make sure they did a recent update to the game which added some things in, some bug fixes, that kind of thing. Thankfully nothing broke our save, so we're good there. But unfortunately we don't have anything just for mail, so we'll continue to use the goods aircraft for that. We do have a new waste plane that wasn't there at the beginning of the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy one to start out with. And information, there we go. And schedule. So let's add a stop there and jump back over to Malton. There. Okay. Now we need to, let's see, at least 3, probably 4 though, and we'll see how many of those we end up needing. But, okay, let's go ahead and get our first one off and running. And we'll see what he's got. Okay, so 30 tons of mail. Really wish we had a dedicated mail plane. That'd be kind of nice. Okay, and then information. Let's take a quick peek here at the depots. And not the depot, the station, and let's just see what we've got. Now we got a total of 5,000 storage available. We're going to get nowhere near that. But I'm trying to get an idea of what kind of mail we're getting. 188 tons. Yeah, so we're nowhere near getting all of that going. So let's just go ahead and get these planes going. We'll spread them out a little bit, but because we got 4 of them. Okay, let's move back over to, whoop, there's our first one coming in. Okay, 223. Yeah, we're going to have absolutely tons of need. In fact, we might need more than 4 of these. So we'll go ahead and get this one going. You can see our passenger aircraft coming back in. Cargo plane getting loaded up. Look at that, 135 grand on the passenger aircraft. So yeah, these things are printing money as they move along. Okay, we've got our final plane that's going. We need to get it going because at some point, the first one we set off will be coming back around. And still, no worries of running out of mail. Passengers seem to be loading up perfectly fine, especially whenever you realize that we just made 135 grand off that last passenger aircraft that took off. Okay, I'm now waiting for the passenger aircraft to head back over and just trying to match up and see how many passengers we do indeed have for that. It does look like we do not have a need for 3 passenger aircraft. It's looking that way because if we can be basically full on passengers or very close to it, yeah, you can see we're at 60 and we'll be a little bit further along than that. Capacity is 80. And all right, so we're not far from that, 159,000. Yeah, I am definitely happy about that. Now, what I don't see a lot of is these cargo planes. We have 4 of them. And I didn't realize they were going to be quite this close together. Looks like we might need some more of these because we are definitely not taking care of the mail. Yeah, I mean, where are all they? Yikes, I didn't start them this close together, did I? Well, I'll tell you what we can do. We can go ahead, since we're definitely not in any fear of running low, I'm going to start up a couple more of these things. I mean, we're only picking up 30 tons each time, so we're nowhere near capacity. All right, so let's go ahead and fire up a couple more of these. We're in no danger of these losing money. So if I end up with one or two more than we actually need, I am not going to worry about that. Okay, there we go. And let's close that out for a moment. Go ahead and copy this. And under information, I'm actually going to send these guys out pretty close to one another. Let's head back up here to Panborough. And yeah, it's just taking him a little bit longer to load up. Okay, let's go ahead and get the other one started. And all right, finally we're starting to see every once in a while a cargo plane show up. 163,000. Wow, these passenger aircraft really make the money. All right, so I think we're good to go there. I mean, we could probably even deal with some more cargo, but we will come back out of that for now. And there's something else that I wanted to get into in this video, and that is, again, as I look around the map, I just try to see what's nearby each other, something that's close enough for that hopefully we can set up some train routes. And I found something interesting. Now, I know how to pronounce that, but I'm pretty close to the understanding that I'm not going to say it correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and call this tree sap. I actually did a little bit of looking around on Google to see, because I had never heard of this. I've heard of tree sap for very many things, but I did not know you could use a certain type to make rubber. So that was interesting. Learned something with this. So apparently this caoutchouc you can use to make rubber. Now, so we need to find out, okay, where is this location? And it turns out it's right here. So the rubber factory is close by. Okay, and then from there, we can take the rubber, and where would it go? Well, it also is nearby. So I really like this. And even more fun than this is it means I'm going to get to cross over some other railroad tracks that I've set up. And we're going to have some fun with yet more bridges, which I just love to set up in this game because I just like the look of them, especially whenever you get to zoom in. I really like that. It's part of what I really like about the aesthetic of this game. So let's go ahead and work our way out. First of all, it looks like, okay, we don't need any energy. We don't need power for the basic factory here. What about here? It should have plenty of power. Yeah, we got power there. So power will not be an issue, at least for the first couple of facets of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and just bring it straight down, go over the top here, and then for the fun of it, I am going to try to take a bridge across straight to the factory here because that's what seems like the most fun way of doing this for me. All right, so train station, let's get it nearby. Who knows, at some point we might be coming back and using these factories. In fact, let's see, what are these? So a machine factory. Oh, wow, they could use the rubber. How about that? It also needs steel. Well, we don't have any steel just yet. And seriously, tool factory and a machine factory. So interesting, very interesting. We might indeed be back to these at some point in the future. So let's set up our train station. And let's see, are we going to be good there? I think this is where I want to be. Yeah, right on the edge there. Well, if I could keep on the right area. There we go. We'll put it right there. Okay, now we're going to bring, let's see, where are we? Come down to about right there, and then we're going to set up our bridges to about right there. A little bit longer, more bridges than we actually needed, but hey, let's have some fun with this. Okay, that takes care of our track issues there. And let's go ahead and set up our train station here. And I'm going to put it right there. Oop, I tell you what, let's go ahead and set up our bridge. Now let's go bridge all the way to about right there. And now let's connect everything up. Make sure that connected. Okay, looks like it did. And oh no, we are not doing that. We got to do some terrain. All right, I think that's going to be good. Let's do one more just to make sure. Okay. And then connect over to there, and I think we're good to go. Make sure we don't see any issues with our tracks. I don't see anything. Everything looks like it's all connected up. Oops. Along the way. Okay, now where do we want to put our depot? Let's see. Well, let's don't worry too much with it. Let's go ahead and put it up here near the source so we can get started there. Okay, depot. And now the fun begins on trying to get this thing pointed in the right direction. There we go. We'll put it right there. Okay, I think we're all set as far as that goes. And oh, we have our first diesel train. Wait. So we've got, okay, confused me there for a moment. So what is this? All right, so we want to buy this one. I'm trying to look at the differences here. The power, we can connect 9 trailers on the back of this one. All right, now we're talking. Speaking of which, what is this considered? Are we going to have a trailer just for this? I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. All right, so let's buy our first one. We can have 9 trailers as opposed to our 7. Plus, with diesel, we don't have to worry about carrying the coal along with us, so it can actually be 9 trailers. And of course, we're going to get 9 trailers because why not? Let's see. What is this? Do we have one just for this? Haha, we do. All right, at 3,000 capacity, I have no idea if that's a lot or very little, but we're going to have 9 trailers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A big part of me thinks this is way more than we're going to need, but I just can't resist. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm pretty sure we're going to need at least 2 trains on this. So we're going to go ahead and set up the schedule. All right, at our first stop up here at the Cowchuck Farm, and then our delivery part. Okay. So let's go ahead and copy that, and we'll have 2 of these. And now I'm very interested to see how much of this capacity is going to be used. So we got room for 27,000. This should be fun. So now this thing will start putting the product in. So 2,900, 3,000. Okay, I like it. So things are rolling along, and so we get our diesel train going. Let's see. Looks like 120. Okay, I couldn't remember what it told us the maximum speed was. But again, you can see the speed changes as it goes up and down terrain. So all of that will affect the timing of your deliveries. Let's see how much we'll end up making once we get this here. This could be interesting, especially if we have a full load of 27,000. Unfortunately, it doesn't look... Oh, I need to upgrade. That's why I usually try to do that as soon as we get started, and I simply forgot to this time. All right, because you can see this thing's filling up pretty quick, even though I hindered its progress by not having enough capacity there. This is still going to be a really, really close load to being maximum capacity, even with my mistakes. So this is going to be nice. So we're definitely going to have enough here for our 2. All right, let's see. Where do I want to set this off? I'm thinking I want to go pretty far away from our supply here, just to give it a little bit more time to make sure it's filled up. The first thing I want to see, though, is once this train gets here, I want to see how much we make. I'm also trying to keep an eye on the supply and how quickly that's filling up. Let's get some of these windows out of the way. All right, so not quite full. We're a little over 22,000. And how much does that get us? And 83,000. All right, not bad. All right, let's go ahead and set up our route. Again, the farther away from our supply, in this case a farm, that we can get, the better I'm going to like it. So I think I want to go, again, the terrain is not really helping us out here, but I think I want to go right here with it. I'm going to try to fit this thing in here. And we'll try to go down, do it just like this. And boy, I would not want to do it this close in real life. That would... Oh, and there we go. All right, that's kind of what I was afraid of with this. All right, well, we'll deal with that. We'll do it a little bit differently. Okay, I tell you what, go ahead and take this one off as well. And we'll do this a little different. All right, we'll come through and do it like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. About as good as we're going to get for this particular setup. All right, let's see. How do I want to do this? I want to go... Let's get into our signals now. All right, and now the fun begins, me playing around with these arrows. Oh, really? There we go. All right, that's what I want there. So we want the green at the station. Let's follow all the way over. Man, that comes really close. All right, so obviously we don't want it like that. Oops. This is the one I needed. And let's put it right here next to the station. And then we'll move over here and deal with our one-way signals. Nope, we either need this. Yeah, that's what we need. And one more time over here. Is it this one? No, it is not. It is that one. Okay. And we want this to go the other direction. Whoops. Should have been that one. Yeah. So we want to go there. And then once again, it could never be this simple. Okay, I think that's what we want right there. And now let's see if I got all that right as our train comes back through. And now we want to also set this train going. Luckily, there is no collision for these trains, so if I did not do it correctly, then maybe... Whoa, what happened? Okay, that was interesting. So again, this is what I was talking about in real life, because in real life, I don't think we got enough room there to make this turn for the trains, but luckily in the game, it has some magical ways of making that work. All right, so far so good. And by the way, our train, okay, again, not quite full, but still plenty good enough to make money. And okay, so far the signals worked exactly the way I would prefer them work. Okay, we'll get out of the depot now, and I think 2 trains are going to be perfect for what we need. Again, making some nice money when we do the unload. So now instantly a huge profit. So I like that. Okay, we didn't get the magical disappearing and reappearing of the trailers this time, but so it's not exactly what I would prefer to have the train sit still this long, but I think it's what we have to do in order to let the production sort of keep up as much as we can. And while we're talking about production, let's go ahead and increase the production. Let's go ahead and do it twice. Again, we got the money, we might as well spend it on something. So let's go ahead and let that work its way forward, and maybe we'll get a little bit closer to having a full capacity with these guys. All right, we're going to be, no, we're not going to quite get there this time, but we'll let that run through a little bit. I mean, again, profit is awesome, and we're making tons of money doing this, but I really want to see. Okay, so we got 21,600 that time. Really interested to see what it will be by the time our next train makes it up here. We may have to upgrade our production one more time, and that's probably all I'll do it. Again, we're making good money on this. No need to worry a whole lot about it. Okay, and then once we get a good idea here, then we'll move on to the next line of the production, but that may have to wait until our next episode. So we're at 19. We were at 21,000 on our last one. Looks like we're going to be maybe about 22 or so on this load. Yeah, 23. All right, so we're close. We're close. What did it actually get? 23,000 out of 27. Okay, that's really good. Not quite full, but we'll leave that as is. Again, there's room for a little bit more production there, but overall, I think we're in good shape. All right, so next we are now bringing all of the caoutchouc that, at least I think I'm close on pronouncing that. It's such a fun word to say, even though until I got this game, I had never even heard of that. But now we've got the rubber being made that we need to get it taken down to, well, actually, we could get it going down here to the machine factory, or we could take it back up here to the tool factory. Now, either one of these options are going to be really good as far as profitability, because both of these, I believe, pay quite a bit more than what we're used to with most of our loads. Now, everything in the game pays a certain amount. Okay, it's got its own variable as to how much it pays. Everything doesn't pay the same. So actually, what I'm thinking I might want to do is we've got two options here, and machines are nice. Tools are also nice, because if we look at these, you can see tools we can take to all sorts of different places around the map. So I think we've got those as good options. I mean, machines are also really good, but I think I might want to do the tools. Now, the interesting part here is going to be, because I hadn't really planned that out to do that. So how are we going to do this? Now, one option, of course, is to go right back the way we came. But that's going to involve putting a lot more trains on this one track, which I really don't want to do, in part because it's just too much fun to build more tracks. So I think what I might do is bring them over here to this tool factory. We've already got power over here. Now we still will need to get steel, which apparently is going to be a long way away from us. So who knows if we'll ever actually get that taken care of, but I do like the idea of going back over here. And so let's just go ahead and set that up. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. And I'm going to set up a whole new set of tracks just because it is fun. Now, can I put these right next to each other with the bridges right next to each other? Okay, looks like the answer to that is yes. Oh, are you seriously? Because I let go a little bit too soon. Oh, I wanted matching bridges there. Okay, yeah, we'll just delete that. We'll start all over again. And let's see if I can do it right this time. All right, I like it. Let's do that. So we're going to have connection over here. And then we're going to do connection over here as well. The question is, let's see, we're going to come down. Yeah, we're going to do a bridge over this area. Okay, let's go ahead and set up our bridge. And again, twin bridges over the side there. I like it. Okay, I like that quite a bit. And then we're going to do bridge from there up to about, where do we want to go? Do I want to stop it? I really don't want to stop it, honestly. I'm thinking about just continuing the bridge on over. Okay, I'll stop it about right there. All right, let's make sure that connected. It did. So now we need to connect up this side. All right, so far so good. Trying to curb my enthusiasm for the bridges as much as I can. And let's do our train station. Where does it need to be? Right over here. Yeah, we're still good there. So yeah, we could have tried to incorporate existing train tracks, but hey, what's the fun in that? Okay, so now I think I want to put our, I think I want to put our depot over here. And how about that? Thank goodness. It's already pointing the right way. How about that for a turn to have to make? Okay, so now we have, our production is rubber. And so the question becomes, do we have a special rubber trailer? And the answer is probably going to be yes. Yep, there we go. Actually, it looks like a flatbed trailer that we're going to put this on. So let's go ahead and load it up with all we can carry. And that should be it. Yep, that takes care of that. Now the question will be, do we need 2 of these? I don't know that we will. All right, so at a stop, we're going to go from here and up here. I don't know that we're going to need one, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and set this guy off and going. And then I'm going to keep an eye on the rubber production. Oh wow, are we seriously not getting enough of this stuff down here? It says 1900. I'm not sure what that is supposed to mean, because we should have, all right, here comes a delivery right now. So once it unloads, wow, it only takes it up to about halfway. Yikes. How about that? So the rubber is going to be produced, but not near as much as I would have thought, because our deliveries are only taking it up about half. And of course, that's not going to last near as long, and probably is not going to last, see how long it lasts related to our next delivery that's coming down here now. Okay, is it still going to be there? All right, the good news is, by the time our rubber trailers get there, we are going to have some rubber to pick up. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be there. Unfortunately for us, the way that some of these factories work is that they produce the rubber, but it's on a regular basis, but it's not as nice and smooth as what we've seen before. Like, for example, water and even the caoutchouc that comes in there just comes in there on a very steady basis. Well, the rubber doesn't work that way. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So luckily for us, 225 is our maximum amount. Let's see how much we get for this delivery, which is very close to maximum capacity. Wow, 111,000. Okay, let's go ahead and stop you there. Yeah, we're definitely going to need, and for one thing, we're going to need an upgrade here. Let's go ahead and upgrade it all the way to 600. Once again, I am surprised with the way this has turned out. Was not expecting that, and that's good. That's the way I like it. So let's go ahead and get maximum number of trailers here. And get our schedule all set up. Let's go from here to there. And we'll have to see how the timing works out on all of this. Now, we don't want to get it started just yet because we got to set up some tracks for this. And let's go ahead and do it. Let's try this. That is very short. Okay, now let's get our signals up and going. So once again, get our two-way signals up here first. Press Control. Oop, that is exactly the opposite of where I need it. There we go. So we got our first one down, and then our second one. There we go. Got that one down. And then we'll deal with this. One-way signals. And that is exactly the opposite. Where are we? Let's see there. Nope, that's the opposite of what I need. There we go. So we'll have... Tell you what, let's keep our train going this way straight on the track. Let's do that way. And then let's spin this one around. I think it's this way, isn't it? Yeah. And so now we want this one going this way. There we go. Oops, wait a minute. Wait. I forgot to put the one down here. Now I can't remember how I did it. I think it was like that, though. Yeah. It's bad when you can't remember what you decided. And that was just a few seconds ago. All right, so I think we got them all set up in the same way. If we don't, then we shall redo it. Okay. Get you going. All right, let's see how it all works out. We'll be able to find out when our first train gets down here. And so we set it up for our first train to just go straight through. Okay, yep, that worked. Should stop there. Let our other train come through, which you can see has a full load on hand. Oh, yep, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, let's pause the game real quick. Didn't quite get it out of the way. All right, so let's go ahead and go down one more. Oh, seriously? All right, so I think that got us where we wanted to go, and now let's go over there. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to... Well, no, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. Okay, let's go back to our signal. And flip it around. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to need a new signal over here. First thing, the easiest way to get rid of these signals I have found is to simply lay track over the top of them. You can also try to clear them out there. I've had some luck with the bulldozer, but every once in a while it'll get rid of the track anyway. So I figure I might as well just keep going like this. All right, there we go. Is that going to work? Is that going to be enough room? I don't know that it is. Okay, that seems to have worked. And we'll see if that remains the case as we continue on. But yeah, just enough. And of course, if that doesn't end up working, I can always bring it around and make it a little bit longer. See how much money we get here. Oh, I'm sorry, that was on the wrong end of that. Did we get a full load? 215, so we're very close. And okay, so 197 pops in there. I think what I want to do is let's go ahead and increase the production twice. Let's do that. That should help out a little bit more. Of course, that's not going to help with our supply coming in either. But that is okay. Yeah, we got caught again. How about that? So I'm going to have to do a little work here. And is it going to let me do this? Nope, not going to let me do it. How about over here? Oh, that really hurt everything. How about that? All right, let's see if I can salvage this a little bit here. How about this for going around the world to try to get the terrain the way you want it? Tell you what, let's just go ahead and raise this as well. Give ourselves a little bit of room to work. I had a feeling it was going to do that. Yeah, there we go. And let's see. Let's go ahead and just raise it all the way down to here and connect it right there. All right, let's try to make this look a little bit neater. All right, I think it got rid of our signal down here, which was kind of the idea. Okay, it did. So now I need a signal. All right, what do we got? Nope, that is the wrong way. And is this it? Nope, that's it. All right, now let's look on the other side for our signal. Okay, once again, I think it got rid of it. Okay, so let's think this is the one. Nope, that's the one. So we'll put that right there. And I think we should be good to go again. All right, eventually we'll get there. Okay, so yeah, I only see 2 signals at either end. All right, so that should work out good. In fact, it even looks better to me laid out this way as opposed to what we were trying to do before. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Tons and tons of rubber there now. We might have actually gotten too much production going on. All right, but I'd rather have a little bit too much that we can't carry than way too little that have us running at much less of a profit than we should be getting. Okay, all right, looks like it worked out just fine on the signals this time. The track is much better. Excellent. All right, so we ran a little bit longer than I had intended this time. We had to do a little problem solving on our train tracks. But overall, I think once again we accomplished quite a bit. We got another couple of airports up and running, and then we've got yet another new industry for us up and going. We've got the rubber industry now up and going, at least partially. We still need to provide the steel over here to our tools factory, but we'll worry about that another time. For now, that'll do it for this video. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more of our Let's Play series of transports.